Interest rates went flying up and it hit buyers in the head like a stun gun, just boom. But you know, when I was a wrestler, when I would go to shoot in on somebody's leg, I'd hit him in the head first. Why? Because it distracts them, and then I get in there and do what I gotta do. If you are a smart buyer, rising rates can actually be really good for you, and let me explain why. The first reason is there's less competition. In this market for about the past 2 years, it's been impossible to get a seller's assist, to get an FHA loan accepted, get inspections, and you had to guarantee appraisal, and you were fighting and bidding up the price of homes. Well, that's changing, and you are going to be able to get a lot more on a lot of different properties. It's still competitive on some properties if they're priced aggressively, but there's going to be other properties that are now going to become available to you, where if you are only approved like FHA buyer, which usually has a little bit lower credit score and a lower down payment, then you might be able to now use that loan. The other thing that's really cool about less competition is when you're looking at multifamily properties like a house hack, this might really open things up to you if you're a 3.5% down payment house hack multifamily buyer. So that's pretty cool. If you don't have as much cash to close, it really opens you up to potentially using a first-time home buyer program where in the past you might not be able to get that accepted or get the close you wanted on that. So there's some pretty good first-time homebuyer programs out there, and taking advantage of them can save you maybe up to 5% of the purchase price of the house as a forgivable loan. And I have a video on that called K-Flex and K-Fit. The other thing to think about is the rising rates are keeping prices lower for you as a buyer. When you go to buy a house, you know, if the interest rates were 3%, think about how much higher the prices would be right now. I'd say on a $500,000 house, you're saving probably $50,000 to $100,000 because interest rates aren't 3%. And I know you say that's crazy. The price has gone up so much. Yes, but it's all relative to interest rates. Now think about this scenario. If we do go into a recession or whatever, and the interest rate has to be pulled back down again once they control inflation, that's going to lower interest rates again. Well, what's that going to do? Two things. It's going to allow you to refinance your property at a lower interest rate and increase the value of your property because now other buyers are coming in at a lower interest rate, which is going to push up the valuation of your house. Buying at high interest rates is actually a great tactic from a long-term investment standpoint, and I'm going to be doing it myself. The other thing is you're going to see more inventory on the market, which is going to give you more options and houses to buy. So as inventory starts ticking up, and I've already seen it start ticking up, you know, from 500 houses in Chester County to 650 houses, and it's going to probably keep going up. That's going to give you more options as a buyer to see and, you know, make offers on. I just always want to say mindset is so important in everything you do. So if you have a winning mindset and you can get creative, then you can beat others who have defeated themselves. So I always have a positive mindset with my clients, a can-do attitude, and I don't let anything stop me from helping you guys reach your goals. So, you know, there's things you can do with different loan types and understanding financing. You can rate lock to make sure if interest rates go up that you're locked in at a lower rate. You know, you can go to an adjustable rate mortgages, which have sometimes much lower interest rates, but you know, you can get like a 10-year adjustable rate mortgage. So you have 10 years to really, you know, deal with anything that happens. And I honestly, like, in 10 years, you're probably going to refinance or sell the property on average. You know, there's a ton of options for people that are creative and see that, hey, when everybody else gets afraid or is scared, that's the time to buy. That's the time to make a great deal for yourself. I was just talking to a guy who's looking at a triplex in Delaware, and I was like, we can make such a good deal for you right now because the conditions have changed because of the interest rates. And, you know, I hope you reach out to me and decide to take advantage of that. I'm here to help you. And yeah, have a great day, everybody.